What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic night. We're here. It is Thursday, almost 8 o'clock on my end. Not sure when I'll be able to drop this bad boy, but a little bit of Thursday night football. So get your roster set for a little fantasy football. Try to win some money on some DFS. Whatever you're doing, best of luck. But I appreciate you all taking the time. Obviously not a live one, but love to hear from you. Any thoughts you have, any questions. We're going to get into the top matchups tonight, but I always give you a little primer first. Talk about the injury report update from today. We'll look at both teams, their depth charts, practice squad, coaches, their stats and standings so far this year, and then we'll get into the top matchups. So I'd love to hear from you. Appreciate you all hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, hyping these videos up. Everything you're doing to support the channel. Cannot thank you enough. But we're going to jump right into this bad boy. We're going to start it off with the injury report for today, and both teams dealing with some pretty big injuries. So let's jump right into it with the Philadelphia Eagles, and got some positive news here. Bond, Campbell, and Jackson all were limited after not participating in practice yesterday. So you can see the green, what changed. Then you see Lane Johnson, a full participant. Let's effing go, baby. Tanner McKee still limited, and Will Shipley still a full participant. So those two did not change, but looking great for all of these pieces. And Adoree Jackson, obviously, Ja'Cory Bennett's on IR. He has been up and down. We're going to hope that he continues to go up and can help us in this game. If not, Kelee Ringo. So that's what's going on with the Eagles. Let's take a look at the Buccaneers, who we know Mike Evans is going to be out for this game. They are saying possibly, 2-3 weeks. Thought I clicked the picture. I guess I did not. My apologies here. But you can see, Chris Godwin did not practice today. So he was full participant yesterday, which looked like great news for them heading into this game. Maybe they would get him back while missing Evans. But this is something we're going to keep our eye on. They got good news. Wirfs was a full participant, so they might get their left tackle for the first time this year. Levante David was a full participant, so some good news there. Now, Hall and Izzian also did not practice with Mike Evans, so not great news. And, they have Kalijah Kancey already on IR, so Logan Hall was supposed to be stepping it up there. So I'll keep you up to date. Tomorrow will be the game status report. So you will know who's out, who's questionable for both teams. You'll see the updated depth chart. You'll know what's going on there. I will keep you up to date. Obviously, some important news for both teams. So we'll look out for that tomorrow. But let's jump into this and take a look at both of these teams and what they actually look like. So any of these guys that are hurt, you can see the backups. But let's first look at the injury list for the Eagles here. And you can see all the pieces they added here. Ja'Cory Bennett, Darius Cooper, Nolan Smith, all added here. Already had Lampkin, Van Sumeren, Williams, Wilson, then Hinton designated to return here soon, and then Nakobe Dean. He is eligible to come back after this week, but we'll see when he actually comes back here. Now, those guys will not be on this depth chart, and obviously they are on the injury list there. So the offense, this week we added Xavier Gipson. So, yeah, no more of having Darius Cooper here. So Gibson, not sure he sees offense, but he is here. Cameron Latou assigned. I put him in fullback there. He's the tight end 4 as well, but somebody that you can actually use there at fullback. I was asking for this before it happened. We got him. Now he's on the active roster. Excited for the young man. Let's effing go. Rest of the offense, everybody hopefully going to be good to go. Lane Johnson looking like he's heading in the right direction. So that is fantastic news. Then on the defensive side of the ball here, now we talked about, the cornerback 2 situation. Adoree Jackson has definitely had his brighter moments, so that's good. First week, I was ready to jump off a cliff, but he looked better in week 2 and 3, and he's had his issues. But if he keeps improving in a defense like this, hey, maybe the sky's the limit for him. But Kelee Ringo was waiting in the wings there. They added Perry Nickerson now. So with Bennett going to IR, they added him. Marcus Epps is on the active roster now, so you have 4 safeties. And the linebackers, Campbell and Bond a little banged up, but you got Munden and Trotter there. And without Nolan Smith, man, Jalix Hunt, Zadarius Smith has been getting more reps than Uche as the starter, but that 3-man rotation right there, maybe Patrick Johnson can be part of that rotation. I know he helps on special teams, or maybe you activate someone else, Ojulari, Okoronkwo, maybe one of those guys gets an opportunity here. But we'll find out on Sunday, but obviously Nolan Smith, a major blow. You see the interior guys there as well. So that's what's going on with the Birds. And then in the special teams department, we're going to see what the hell is going on with the return man. We've signed some people and traded for people. We'll see if somebody wants to figure it out there. And then the practice squad will have those elevations on Saturday. Whoever the Eagles decide, if they decide to elevate anyone, they can elevate up to 2 people here. And obviously most of these guys can be elevated because the guys they were elevating are all now on the active roster. So I will let you know that info, but you can see Dixon was added here. And they also added, I know, everyone's favorite there in Quez Watkins. Eli Ricks is back as well. So a few names, but they're on the practice squad. No reason to fret. Going on to the Bucs here, you can see their injury list, and they've got same amount as we do here. I've seen them already trying to make excuses for their majorly large IR, and it's like, well, we have the same, actually more players if you count the guy on designated return and on the PUP list. So we've got 9 players on injured reserve and PUP. They've got 7. So just pointing that out before they use that excuse. But you got Gadecki, Cansey, Kieft, Mauk, McMillan, Roberts, Walker. So a couple of rookies and some other key pieces here. Obviously, your right side of the line with Gadecki and Mauk, that's a major blow. Cansey, kid's very impressive. So not going to be on these depth charts here. These guys we'll see with some of them when they come back. You see the season enders there with that asterisk. But here's the offense. Mike Evans already out for this game. But you got Egbika, sure. I don't know why I can always say Emeka Egbika, but I can't say it when I'm on a show. Okay. Chris Godwin is there. Maybe he plays in this one. Again, keep you up to date with that. We'll find out tomorrow. The game status report. They got Shepard, Johnson, Miller, Tez Johnson. Maybe they elevate someone. You've got White and Irving. The line, Haggard and Heck. We'll see if Wirfs is playing at tackle. Bredesen was playing center. They have Barton at left tackle. They've got things all wild over there. So we'll see how they bring out the line. But that is the offense. Now on to the defense. You can see what we just talked about there. Obviously, Hassan Reddick there now. They've got some promising rookie in the secondary and on the line. So this is a team. Didn't change too much. You can go check out behind enemy lines and see all the moves they've made and learn everything about them. But they got a lot of talent here, man. And we're going to talk about it in these matchups. And you can see the special teams here. A good kicker in McLaughlin, although missing some important ones, but decent returners there. And then here's their practice squad. You can, again, elevate any of these players 3 times. So if they haven't been elevated 3 times, 2 of these guys can be elevated. We'll see if they decide to do that. But let's keep this train moving. Let's take a look at both of these teams, their staffs that have got them to where they are with whatever stats and standings. So let's take a gander now. First, I guess we're going with the Bucs first here. Bull, Grizzard there. Bulls, obviously, their defensive coordinator now. We talked about that the other day. Go check that out. But this is the staff we are familiar with. Going to try to bring that blitz on Jalen. And look, this is a defense. They are, top 10 in sacks, not getting too many turnovers. But you got to take this stuff with a grain of man at any time of the season, but especially really early. But you can see their offense doing well, running the ball. Not, too many passing yards there, but they're not turning the ball over, playing good football here. And, well, that's allowed them to be 3-0 at the top of their divisions with the 1-2 Panthers and Falcons, and then the 0-3 Saints trailing. So this is a team, looking to be one of the best in the NFC. They're going to try to keep that train rolling, but unfortunately they have to run into the Philadelphia Eagles. So Nick Sirianni, Patullo, finding himself in the second half, or maybe the players making him find some things. But Vic Fangio here on defense, Michael Clay, special teams. And, this team, I know they've had their struggles, but we talk about it. We didn't have a preseason. These guys are knocking off rust, got new pieces, you got a new offensive coordinator. Let's stay patient here. We're still 8th in points. I know we're not putting up a lot of yards, middle of the pack running, bottom of the pack there with the passing, but we're not turning the ball over. We got to clean up giving up sacks. We got to stay keeping the ball in our hands. And, this defense, they're doing what they can. Again, take it all with a grain of salt. But I think this team, at 3-0, we talk about this all the time. Good teams find ways to win bad games. And that is what the Eagles have been doing. And they're only going to get better here. So people could be upset all they want and talk about trading Hurts and wild shit that I was hearing at the game last Sunday. Holy hell, people are crazy. We're not doing that. We're actually going to go win another Super Bowl. So you can believe me or you can deny me again this year. But just like I said all of last year, we are building a dynasty here. And I truly believe, this is every year. You're going to have your ups and downs, man. And I think the trials and tribulations for this team are only going to build them into a stronger contender. So that's just my opinion. Let's get into these top matchups and find out how they can go 4-0 and get closer to that dream here. And we're going to start it off at number 13 with the special teams. This is no specific order here. I completely messed it up and just placed them in and then forgot to change the numbers. So it's just special teams, Eagles defense, and then Eagles offense. So, but hopefully we got it going smooth here. But I wanted to talk about the returners. So they've got Tucker and Johnson. Sean Tucker can return that damn ball. Cameron Johnson, I'm not too afraid of him, but these new kick rules, man, these guys get ahead of steam, get the right moves. This dude could break a home run. But why don't the effing Eagles do that? So Bigsby, we traded for him. Hell yeah. He scares the living shit out of all of us with his returns last week. Then got Dotson back there, punt returner. Okay, no doubt. Mechie trying as a kick returner. But then we just claimed Xavier Gibson. So maybe this new guy with that 4.4 blazing speed, maybe you have him and Bigsby back there, and maybe you see some excitement. Maybe we finally get a kick return. I couldn't tell you how excited I would be if we got ourselves a return touchdown in this game. I would love that. So let's get the special teams going here. I think that would be great. Now at number 12, let's start it off with what's going on here at the edge. Now, I talked about it. Hunt, Zadarius Smith, O'Shea, Johnson's going to be there. Are we going to have anyone else or just rock these four? But worse, going to be playing his first game of the season. They got Heck over there because of Gadecki's injury. So attack the banged up worse and Heck, and let's get ourselves some sacks. We talk about, they're not giving up too many sacks and they're not turning the ball over. That's great. This is the game where they take some sacks and give up some turnovers here. Let's put some pressure on them. I get it. Nolan Smith's awesome. I love him. But it's next man up in these parts. And Zadarius Smith's been looking hungry. Love this dude. O'Shea's been balling out. You know how I feel about Jalix Hunt. That's my dog. So Patrick Johnson's back in town. Maybe you use Ojulari, Okoronkwo. Whatever you got to do, let's put them in the dirt. And, the interior guys can help make that happen as well. And, even the fourth guy, Byron Young there. I love Carter, Davis, Ajomo, and Jordan Davis. Holy what a game he had last week. I hope people finally shut the hell up about him. You guys know he's kind of like Jalen Hurts, me trying to get everyone on board with him. I think people are coming around finally, and it's a nice breath of fresh air. I love the kid, and we're going to find out against three strong interior guys. Now Haggard, not so much. He's got to replace Malk, but Barton and Bredesen, they've been playing all over the place. We'll see if they are back at center and guard there, but it's time to put these boys in the dirt. Shut this run game down. Let's bully this offensive line. I know it's going to be hot, so stay hydrated. Need a nice rotation here. That's why I'm adding all the rotational pieces. So let's effing go. Now at number 10, you've got yourself Cade Otton, Payne Durham there. And look, we got Makuba Blankenship and then Sidney Brown helping. Now, Marcus Epps has played every game. He's been elevated 3 times, but he's strictly helping us on special teams and provides depth if we need it. So didn't include him, and obviously the safeties can cover more than just tight ends, but for matchup purposes. So I think we can shut these guys down, but don't let them surprise you. The coverage we have from our secondary, obviously Blankenship's not the greatest, but I love what Makuba's able to do. Brown, let's start using some of these 3 safety sets, and we'll start working some magic here, Vic. But excited to see what the safeties do. Also excited to see those linebackers, whether they want to do work on the tight ends or running backs, wherever it is. Let's shut down this run game first and foremost, though. And Bucky Irving is a stud. Rashad White is a pretty damn good back up there, so that 1-2 punch is going to be coming at us. But Bond and Campbell are banged up. Still, in my opinion, the best duo in the game. And, let's, again, put these boys in the dirt. So I think for me, it's a no-brainer that, you want to shut down the run with, having the talent we do. You have to be able to cover too, though, so these linebackers got a lot of talent here. Very excited about them continuing to grow together. Let's see what they can do against, some good backs that can catch the ball. So you got to be able to cover as well. So let's see what happens this Sunday. Now up next at number 8, I've got their receivers. And again, Mike Evans, we'll see if Godwin even plays. But you got Egbika, you got Shepard, you've got Cameron Johnson, and Ryan Miller. You also have Ches Johnson there too. But anyways, you've got Cooper, DeJean, and Quinyon Mitchell. and Adoree Jackson. Now, obviously, Ja'Cory Bennett is somebody I've been clamoring for, but Adoree, again, has been doing all right. So let's not let this passing attack get carried away. And, if Godwin is back, I'd love to see Coop shutting his ass down. But, Baker's going to try to get him that ball. And the rookie, Egbica there, he is a stud. So let's do all we can. You know that Baker Mayfield here is, a slick little son of a bitch. And I like the kid. I like watching him. Don't like him when we play him. But he's been throwing for like 200 yards per game. He's got a 61.6 completion percentage. And, they're talking about, how he's MVP candidate. You know what I mean? They love him. Weird that, Jalen Hurts has a 71.4 completion percentage right now. But, I digress. Anyways, Philadelphia Eagles, we talk about, giving up some passing yards. And we don't like that, right? We want to be able to shut these guys down. And I think, a lot of it, context matters, and this offense has had its struggles. So the defense really gets put in precarious position here. But I think it's time to put him in the dirt, cause that first turnover for the Buccaneers here, and make him scared to even say hike every damn time. I want to see him again every time. I'm going to say it in the dirt. Let's go defense. Now let's get into the offense here. Number 6, Dallas Goedert going up against some damn good safeties here. I saw someone say that the Buccaneers only have one good player in their secondary, Antoine Winfield. Well, you're about to see in these next 2 slides that is far from the truth. Antoine Winfield is pretty damn good, probably the best, if not, one of the top 3, definitely. I grew up watching his dad, so that's pretty effing wild. But a big fan of Antoine Winfield. He's definitely a stud here. But when you're looking at the other safety here, that's Tyke Smith, and that kid is a stud as well. And I think, when you see the safety tandem, you'll obviously think they're one of the better tandems in the game yourself. But, going up against Goddard, he could definitely work his magic. Whether, you put a linebacker on him, you're doomed. But, they've got decent linebackers, but best of luck. So your safeties, they're going to be busy. So let's get some work here. Now, Granson, Calcaterra, and Latu getting in there on those blocking plays and, getting put back there at fullback. I'm all about it. Let's run that damn ball right down their mother effing throats. Now, number 5 here, I've got these receivers. And again, whoever's saying they don't have a good secondary, McCollum has definitely had his struggles to begin the season. I actually like his game. You guys remember his twin brother, Tristan McCollum, we had here. But this kid has had his struggles, still talented. You've got Jamel Dean, who's playing really damn well. And then your rookies, Jacob Parrish and Benjamin Morrison. Holy shit. We talked about both of these kids pre-draft, and they got themselves some studs for the future there. So if McCollum continues to struggle, you might see Benjamin Morrison starting sooner rather than later. He has already been getting some time, so we'll see how that goes. But it's time to see these receivers do some work. Salt and Sam, I want to see that. And they're going to bring the blitz, so you're going to need to see some quick throws, and we're going to be able to get that run game going, right? So that we can make them a little scared of blitzing every single play. So that's what I'm hopeful for. I know these receivers can do some work on these guys. Don't care how talented they are. We are more talented. And we can help that by, blocking these son of a bitches. We have got a monster in the middle here, Vita Vea. They've got Logan Hall, who we talked about, could definitely miss this game. You've got Gaines, the rookie Elijah Roberts there. You got Simmons. But going up against Dickerson, Juergens, and Steen. And look, I'll sit here and tell you, we're the best offensive line. But so far this year, we've definitely had our struggles. I'll be honest with you. We have not looked great on the interior. I know Dickerson's been banged up, so that's probably it. Steen has looked all right, but as a whole, there's been struggles, and they've got a tough test here. So we're going to find out. This is a team that's been successful trying to stop the tush push. So let's go at him, baby. Not afraid of anybody. Come on, big boy. Come and get it. And there's some chatter about elevating the big boy. Now it kind of sounds like they might not. They kind of just have him for practice. But we'll see, man. Maybe they elevate him and try to trick us just to use him for the tush push. That Watson kid, the 400-pounder, we'll see. But on the exterior here, they have former Eagle Hassan Reddick here. Yaya Diaby. Got Nelson and Braswell there also. And they'll be going up against the best tackle combination in the game, Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata. And, Lane Johnson left with a stinger there. last week. That sucked. Scary with Pryor there, but Fred Johnson came in, saved the day. Thank you, Lord. But I think, this is going to be fun to watch. Reddick's going to be hungry, man, and they're going to be sending the house. And, Diaby's going to be trying to get his. I think one of the more underrated pass rushers. Not saying he's like all pro or anything, but a good pass rusher. So going to have our hands full. And, again, they're going to be bringing the house. So let's go. And then number 2 here, not only just running the damn ball right down their throat, but picking up that pass protection as well. Because, again, they're going to be bringing the house, and they will send Lavonte David and Servacia Dennis. So we got to be able to run the ball. We got to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. We got to be able to pass protect. So expecting a big game out of Saquon Barkley, whether that's running or receiving here, we're going to need you, young man. And Lavonte David at the ripe age of 476 years old, still playing in the NFL. So break his ankles, baby. Let's go. And at number 1, you get all those things going. It's QB1, him, Jalen effing Hurts, going up against this Buccaneers defense. And again, a talented defense, can get sacks, can get turnovers, can do things, and they're going to blitz. I mean, we are very well aware. A lot of people say, this is our kryptonite. I don't give a shit what those people say about kryptonite, this, that, the other thing. Jalen Hurts is him. Remember when they sat here, he can't do this, can't do that, and then he did. He picked up the blitz just fine. Don't give a damn what anybody says. When you don't have A.J. Brown, when you don't have Devontae Smith, when you don't have Lane Johnson, you don't have Mekhi Becton, those are kind of important pieces, in my opinion. So they're going to sit there and make up whatever stupid-ass excuses about not having Mike Evans or why they lost this Sunday. I'm going to tell them, kiss my ass, because I heard you all of last year. No, that's the best. And I told you, we're still winning the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn about losing a game when we don't have our top players. We haven't lost a single game when we have all those players. So that's fine. But I think Jalen Hurts is going to go out here and do his damn thing, because this is one of those teams that likes to talk shit. They want to laugh. Want to have a good time. Want to be the good time boys. Just like I said while I was at that Rams game. I sat right there. They were all sitting. You could see it on the Jumbotron, laughing, having a great time, celebrating. Game's over. Oh, the game's over in the third quarter. That's weird. See, I didn't agree with that. Now, and you guys know me. I'm a fighter, baby. I ride with my team. So it was beautiful to see. And these guys, you want to laugh, you want to play games, you want to think you're the top dog. You're about to find out who the top dog is come this Sunday. So all I've got for you here tonight, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. What is your favorite matchup here? Maybe you have a different matchup. You have something else on your mind. But I'm really looking forward to this game. Going to be a fun one. Tomorrow, going to put out the game status report. Saturday, we'll get the practice squad elevations. Of course, on Sunday, you get the pregame and postgame show. But I'll be at my uncle's, so it's going to be an earlier pregame show, and it's going to be a later postgame show. Just remember that. But I love each and every one of you. Love to hear from you. You have any other thoughts? Maybe you got a player, a game, a score prediction. I know you guys like to throw all that stuff out. Whatever it is, I am always here for it. I'm always down to talk some birds. And if it's anything else, I'm always here for you. You need a friend, you got anything going on, love you guys. Always do my best to be there for you. If I ever miss a message or you think I'm ignoring you, reach out again. I love each and every one of you. Just a very, very busy man. As you can tell, I'm still in my work year. God, I just want to break. But look, guys, all I have for you here tonight, if you got anything from this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe down below and join the family. Maybe give it a little hype up button. Get the party started. Whatever it is you're doing, I can't thank you enough for the support. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!